Hello and welcome back to another rookie player profile for this series, and today we are going to be showcasing one with Darcy Wilmot, a player that has been recommended by a few people. So yeah, we're going to discuss whether or not he is, well, a good selection for our Supercoach teams, and I've done a bit of research and maybe not the lock that we thought he would be, unfortunately. I'll get into that a little bit later on, but yeah, as always, we'll start off with his position. Obviously, a medium defender, someone that runs off half-back, which is a massive problem for the Brisbane Lions. They have got a stack load of them. Durability is pretty good, but yeah, the job security is the one. A little bit like Ben Hobbs. He's a great player. Looks like a extremely talented, hard nut football player and could play AFL quite early potentially, but there's always that job security problem. And I've written a few names here on a piece of paper that are going to, well, sort of affect his job security. And when you look at small defenders, yeah, the list just goes on. You got Rich, Madden, Coleman, Sharp, even Adams, if he's going to be, depends where he plays. Gardner, that's a big one, another hard nut. Lester, Starcevic, and Answorth. So I see most of those players in the team, and where does that leave Wilmot in that squad? I don't know if he's got the potential to run through the midfield. I think he did do a little bit of midfield stuff at the Northern Knights, but I don't know. It's a tough, and their midfield, nonetheless, Brisbane is as thick as anyone's. Probably not the best midfield in the comp, but definitely the most stacked. And yeah, they've got, I saw an article on the AFL website a few weeks back now saying how there's about 20 players on their list that can run through the midfield when talking about Rayner and stuff like that. So that's going to be a really tough call. Where is he going to play? So that's the main one. But average disposal, right, 15.1, that's decent for a range defender. That's pretty sort of mediocre, I would say. Plays a lot like Bailey Williams. That's who he was compared to in the draft, which is an interesting one. He's obviously a running halfback, but yeah, obviously made a few errors in that grand final. Decision making is not the best, and likewise to Wilmot, a great hard player, but another thing, as you can see in his weakness there, the composure. I'll get to that, but yeah, that decision making side of things, literally being compared to Williams, pros and cons. So that's something that we have to quite consider. Maybe he's not ready for AFL yet, but that's for the Amy series to sort of decide that one. The size is moderate, 183 centimetres, 75 kilos. So that's pretty stock standard. I mean, yeah, a little bit heavier than I am. So for the position, it's a good size. But if he was a midfielder, it'd be poor. So yeah, I think he just scrapes into the moderate side there. The strengths, there are some positives with this pick. I mean, it's not all bad. He's a supreme talent. He's going to be a really good addition to the Lions outfit in years to come. Strength being a line breaker, as I said, loves running off half back, uses his speed, he's physical, hard at it, puts his head over the ball, and that's just an unreal trait to have. Speed, as I just mentioned, vocal, sets the tone. We saw him when he got drafted, had about 20 blokes around him, carrying on. They all jumped on him, had an interview with I think Brad Johnson or something like that, maybe Sarah Jones, and yeah, it was absolutely off his head with confidence, and that's something you love at a footy club. So yeah, extremely vocal, got captaincy traits written all over him in the future. So that's really good, and run and carry as well is a really nice attribute to have. That links up to line breaking. So he's got some very nice strengths, Darcy Wilmot. But where are those strengths good enough for selection round one? Well, probably not, because weakness. This is a really big one in my opinion. But age, he's only 17 years old. He was born in 2003. So that's almost a deal breaker there, because it's the perfect excuse to develop him in the twos, get him all this footy experience, and then once these blokes like Gardner and Rich and etc. Once these guys retire and come out of the side, he'll have a spot right there for him. But I'm pretty sure Answorth and maybe Sharp and Starcevic, I have to read my list again because there's so many players to discuss. But they're the guys that are going to really eliminate him from the squad. And I don't think he's in their best 22, let alone best 30, because the Lions are just that much of a damaging team, and their depth is almost as good as any team in the AFL. So job security, which brings me on to that in a weakness sense, is not good at all. It's probably the poorest it could be, which is a massive shame because someone that was in my team on the last team update. But yeah, I got to give credit to DR. He's a Lions man. He knows all about these boys. Absolutely lives and breathes them. I'm a bit ignorant because I'm a diehard Bombers supporter, so he's got a little bit of a read on that. So I was on the phone to him a couple of weeks ago, and he said that he doesn't reckon Wilmot will play early. And when you look at the stats, it's easy to see why. So our selection, if he plays round one, moderate, because he's going to be a handy inclusion, pretty good scoring potential in Supercoach terms. But then he could just get the arse in round 3 and get dropped and be in and out of our sides, a little bit like Jordan Clark. I know he was a bit of a stepping stone mid-pricer, but yeah, poor job security means poor selection. So probably have it poor, I reckon, but it just depends on whether they play him. I highly doubt it, but look, yeah, you look at his strengths and yeah, the signs look pretty good, but then you look at the age as well and can be quite comfortably developed in the twos. And we saw that with Jamarra Ugle-Hagan last year. Pick one, it didn't matter, and it'll probably be the exact same case for Sam Darcy as well. I mean, he probably won't play a game all year because the forward line's that stacked. So, yeah, room for development. Going to be a great player. I absolutely rate him, and yeah, he's good to listen to. He's good with the media and a funny bloke. But as a Supercoach selection, I would have, well, my boy Campbell Chesser. He's my man now. He hasn't left my team because yeah, the more I think about it, the more research I do, the more solid of a selection he seems to be. So if you got Wilmot in your side, get rid of him and have Chesser in there for now, or a Josh Sin, even a Lear. I'd have a Lear just in front of him, not by much, just on job security. But yeah, I've rambled on a little bit too much now. But yeah, this was a rookie profile I had to get out because yeah, I never thought of doing it because I always just thought he was almost a lock. But then I started doing a bit of research and turns out probably not the best selection. So there you go, a little bit of a twist there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Yeah, it's good that you guys are tuning in. I'm nearly at 700 subs now. So yeah, if you haven't subbed to the channel, I mean, yeah, please do. It costs you literally nothing and it means the world to me because yeah, it's great. I love providing content for everyone and yeah, I'll leave it at there. I'll do a team update probably early February, so stay tuned for that. And as always, let me know on other rookies you would like me to discuss. And for now, I'll see you guys in the next video.